Well, hi there, pluckers. I've Sore Fingers back with you again for hopefully another interesting lesson. This one is a bit tricky. Can you open up with it's a tricky one, okay? This is an old song by Nat King Cole called Nature Boy, adapted for the guitar, okay, single acoustic guitar version. So it's not easy. But it's plucked rather than picked, okay, so I'm using my fingers, not a pick, and it's got a sort of Latin jazzy sort of feel to it, okay. So hopefully you've seen my playthrough I did a few days ago. Please watch it if you haven't. You can see what I'm hopefully going to try and show you. So starting off, I'm in standard tuning. I've got a capo on the 2nd fret, and we're playing it in C sharp minor. I think the original Nat King Cole version was in D minor. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's the way it was. So, I like it in this key, okay. But you can put it whatever key you like, okay, when you've learnt it. So let's get the intro then. So we're starting off with the intro, which is like this. So I've got it. Okay, that's the intro, and it's also the same for the first couple of lines of the verse as well. Okay, so what am I doing? So I'm starting off with a B minor bar chord. Okay, I'm going to assume that anybody trying to play this is not a beginner. So I might take, I might make some assumptions about the chords. Okay, so B minor bar chord. Okay, and I'm using my thumb to play the bass note, which is going to be the 5th string, and my 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers on my right hand are plucking the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings on the guitar. Okay, so it's like that sort of thing. Okay, 5th string pluck with the thumb, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings plucked with the 1st, 2nd and 3rd thing on the right hand. So I do that twice, so it's thump, bass note, pluck, pause, do it again. Okay, something like that. And then we do a slide from the 2nd fret of the 5th string up to the 4th fret. Again played with the thumb on the 5th string. Okay. Then we form this 2nd chord here. This is a C sharp minor 7 flat 5, I believe. Okay. So what am I doing here? So 1st finger's on the 4th fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger's on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, 3rd finger's on the 5th fret of the 4th string, the D string, and my pinky is playing the 5th fret of the 2nd string, the B string. And we're just playing the inside 4th string, so the thumb is playing the 5th string and the 3 fingers of the right hand are plucking the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, as it was with the B minor. Okay, so you've got okay, so you slide that up, and then you form the chord and pluck the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Okay, so now what we do now, it's a bit, you might find this a bit unusual, but what we do is we take the fingers away, the fretting fingers away, and we pluck the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings open. So there you go. Alright. Okay, then we form an F sharp 7, 2nd fret bar, 2nd finger is playing the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, the G string, okay? And we're playing again, and this time the bass note is the bottom E string, 2nd fret, and we're plucking again the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Okay, so now we've got this. And again, after you've done the F sharp 7, take your fingers off on the fretting hand and pluck the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings open. again. Okay, and then we're back to the B minor. It just repeats the whole thing. Okay, so you've got there was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. Okay, so it repeats the whole thing 2 more times for the first part of the verse. Okay, so we just go through that whole thing 2 times round and then the singing coming in. Okay, so there was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. You see he wandered, now this is where it gets quite tricky, very far, oops, far. Right, this is quite a tricky bit. So you've got the rundown on B minor. So you form your bar chord B minor, and you play the 5th string with your thumb as usual, but this time we're plucking only the top 3 strings, the G, B and E strings. So okay, so you hit that one, then we change the chord to a B minor major 7, and that's, you keep the bar 2nd fret, but the second finger goes up to the 3rd fret of the G string, and your second finger takes over, third finger takes over on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, the B string, and the top string is played on the bar. Okay, the 2nd fret. Okay, again it's 5th string bass note and plucking the top 3 strings. So you've got B minor, and then we go to B minor major 7. Should sound like that again. So that's 2nd fret bar, 3rd fret, 3rd string with the 2nd finger there, and the 3rd finger is playing the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay, B string. So you've got B minor major 7. Then all we do for the next one is to take off this 2nd finger. Okay, leave the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Repeat the pluck, bottom E string, 5th string, 2nd fret for the bass note, and the top 3 strings plucked. That's a B minor 7, that form of. Right, and the next chord is quite difficult. It's a B minor 6, okay, and it's this. So what we do for this is the 1st finger's playing the 1st fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger's playing the 2nd fret of the 5th, the 3rd finger's playing the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and my pinky is playing the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Top E, that's the second finger playing 2nd fret of top E, and pinky playing the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, the B string. So you got that. Again you pluck the bass note, 5th string, 2nd fret with your thumb, and the top 3 strings plucked with your fingers. So you've got B minor major 7, B minor 7, and then B minor 6. And that's the bit that goes, they say he wandered very far, very far. Okay, got that. So now we've got there was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, very far. Now the next bit, where it goes over land and sea, over land and sea. Right, that's basically, you don't really need any fingers for this. It's an E minor 7th sort of chord, but all I'm doing is I'm playing the bottom E string open and the top 3 strings open for a pluck. So it's over, alright, over. Land is an F sharp minor with A in the bass. So I'm playing an A string, 5th string open with the thumb, and I'm barring the top 3 strings and plucking the top 3 strings, okay? So it's over land. Now if you feel more comfortable, you could use from that B minor 6 chord, alright, that one, you could just take away all the fingers apart from that finger if you want an anchor sort of thing, but you're not actually playing it, okay? And then C is that C sharp minor 7th flat 5 again, that one that's in the verse. So you play it's the 4th fret of the 5th string, 4th fret of the 3rd string, 5th fret of the 4th and 5th fret of the 2nd, and you play in the 5th string with your bass note with the thumb, and then the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings with your fingers, pluck. So it's over land and sea. Now it's another one of those where you play the chord and then you play the open 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. Over land and sea. Then we play a G7, a bar this time, like the F sharp 7 but one up, barring the 3rd fret from the capo and the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, this time again it's the bottom E string that's the bass note, and you pluck the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. And then again you take the fingers off and play the open 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. So you've got over land and sea. Then we go to the F sharp 7, which is the bar on the 2nd fret, 3rd fret on the 3rd string with the 2nd finger. Okay, that's a little shy. Stays there for quite a while, so it's like bum chick, bum chick, bum chick, bum chick, that sort of thing, okay? So you got from that whole bit where it goes, they say he wandered very far, over land and sea, very shy and sad of eye. That's a B minor, sad of I. It's a B minor again. Again, it's the 5th string bass note and the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings plucked. So once again, they say he wandered very far, over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye. Okay, and there's only one other chord, well, one chord to go, and that is I play a C sharp 7 there. Okay, so it's a C chord, pinky on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, makes it a C7. Just move that whole shape up 1 fret. Okay, so that's a C sharp 7, and this one again is the 5th string with a thumb, pluck, bass note, and then the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings with your plucking hand. Okay, that's the bit that goes over land and sea, a little shy, but then C sharp 7, very wise was. And then the final chords are this F sharp 7, that's that one again, 2nd fret bar, 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and you alternate between that one, that. So it's that C, F sharp 7 to that B minor. I think you could call it's the same shape as the B minor major 7, where you just add from the F sharp 7, you add your 3rd finger to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, bottom E string, pluck, and then the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, and then take it off and play the F sharp 7th again. So he does that, like repeats, like F sharp 7 to the, I think you could call that, F sharp 7 sharp 5 as well. Okay, but it's the same shape as the what we were doing for the B minor major 7. Okay, so it's that F sharp 7, and then you add that 3rd fret 2nd string again, just backwards and forwards for those 2 chords, and you start the whole thing all over again for another verse. Okay, so let's try. It's all slightly confusing, I dare say, but let's try and go through it very slowly. Okay, so starting off with the intro. There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea. Very little shy and sad eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, and so on again, all over again. Sorry, it's a bit messy, but I hope that made sense to you. Okay, thanks very much for watching, listening, and I'll see you in my next lesson. Bye for now.